Financing or leasing? Which one should I do? It's a question I get all the time. My name's Kevin DeBrita with Finch Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC, and today I'm going to ask some of those questions to you that I ask my clients. If you like this video and you like the content, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, subscribe. I'm trying to post new information as often as possible. One of the first questions I ask my customers when they want to know whether they should lease or finance is I go back to their current ownership or trade cycle patterns that they've been following. How often do you normally keep a car? When do you generally trade a car? And ideally, what would you like to do? If you're like a lot of customers, generally what happens is you finance a vehicle and then you feel like you want something new down the road. So you find out what you owe, you find out what the car's worth, and you wait until those get together. Then it seems in your own mind like it's time to get a new vehicle. If that's you, I would likely lean towards leasing. I remember a couple years ago, I had a couple in my office and I asked them, when was the last time you didn't have a car payment? And they said, well, we paid cash for that car in 72, and then we financed the one in 78, and we've had car payments ever since 1978. And if that's you, why not drive something new? Why not drive something that's mostly covered under warranty and take a look at a lease? Now, I wish it was that simple because there are some other things that are going to come into play. For example, price and interest rates. With pricing, a lot of people are unaware that the finance price could be different than the lease price. And that's one of the questions that you want to ask, especially if you're talking about what is my total cost going to be. I have people that look at finance payments, lease payments, total ownership. In fact, I've got clients that could have a $300 payment, but they prefer a $1,200 payment because it's going to be the total cost of ownership. So keep your eye on price and interest rates. They're not going to be the be-all, end-all, but they may affect the decision that you make. And then lastly, we talked briefly about payment, total cost of ownership, and protection. So if you're looking for something to be affordable and the finance isn't affordable, but the lease is affordable, you want to make sure that the lease is going to be structured properly. It's going to allow you to exit that lease at the end, making sure that you've got the proper miles included in your lease, as well as any additional protections that you want. At the bottom, I did write protection. Leasing is going to give you protection against market changes because you've got that projected lease end value, which is often guaranteed by the manufacturer. That means if your buyout is $15,000, but at the end of the lease, it's really worth $10,000, you can just hand it back and it becomes a problem of the manufacturer. If the opposite happens and your buyout is $15,000 and is worth $20,000, you have some options that may give you some equity back. And lastly, I don't know about all leases, but I know that our leases at our General Motors store include a few things like gap protection. That means if the vehicle becomes a total loss, you don't have to worry about paying off that lease. That lease will get paid in full, assuming you didn't roll any negative equity, and you can move on into your next vehicle. This is a very quick lease versus finance video. I hope it provides you some value, and if you've got questions, please put them below. Have a great day, everyone.